Good evening, students. I hope your Monday is going well. Hope you've had a great beginning of your week. Well, your week 3 assignments went live this morning, so we are officially in week 3 now of exploring the New Testament together. So I hope you've have enjoyed the first 2 weeks of things you've been learning from the New Testament. This week's assignments are going to be the same as last week's. You're going to have your unit quiz, your discussion, your reflection, and your accomplishment assignment or your essay paper. So please make sure that you are looking over those due dates, making sure that you're getting your assignments submitted on time so that no points are being deducted for an assignment being late. But let me go over your course material for this week. So as you get into your kind of an overview of your assignments, you're going to see that there's 3 different articles you're going to be reading out of the ESV this week. It's actually just 3 introductions to what we call the Synoptic Gospels. So you're going to be reading an introduction to the Gospel of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. And then your assigned scripture reading is also going to be coming from the Gospel of Matthew and also from the Gospel of Luke. As I mentioned last week, when you are getting into the scripture reading, make sure that you are reading the footnotes that are connected with those different verses and passages. The footnotes will help you just to have a better overall understanding of the verses that you're reading, and then also the overall context. So just wanted to mention that once again to make sure that you are reading the footnotes connected with the different verses that you're reading. There is a video lecture this week on the parables, and then also there are 4 supplemental handouts that are available for you. And again, those handouts are not assigned reading. Those are just as supplemental resources there that are available for you to help you to be able to write your essay for this week, and then also for your discussion post for this week. Now, as you get into your assignments, of course, you're going to have your unit quiz, which will be covering more of the articles that you're going to be reading this week, and then also the assigned scripture reading. With your discussion for this week, you're going to be looking at the importance of the resurrection. So you're going to be reading primarily Luke chapter 24, verses 1 through 12, and then you're going to answer that discussion question, and again, replying back to 2 of your classmates. And then for your reflection this week, you're going to be looking at Matthew chapter 6, what we call the Lord's Prayer, and you're going to be answering those specific questions there as Jesus is kind of laying out 6 different aspects of the Lord's Prayer in the way that we are praying. So that is where your reflection is going to be focusing around on the Lord's Prayer, answering those specific questions, and make sure also that you are fulfilling those course requirements for your reflection assignment. So make sure that you are answering your questions thoroughly, and then also that you are fulfilling all of the requirements listed there along with your paper, and then also reviewing the rubric also, so that you know how specifically you're being graded, so that if your desire is to get an excellent in those sections, which I would think all of you are, just looking over that section and making sure that you're answering your questions in order to be able to get an answer excellent in that section, and then also that you are fulfilling those other requirements, whether it's the structure of your sentences and paragraphs, or also with your grammar and formatting. So please just make sure that you're looking over all of that as you are submitting your assignments for this week. For your essay paper this week, you're actually going to be comparing the 3 synoptic gospels. So you're going to be looking at the Gospel of Mark, Matthew, and Luke, and answering, really writing 4 different paragraphs, at least 400 words in length, and you're answering those 4 specific questions there. So answering a question about each one of the Gospels, and then one final question there. And again, as I mentioned, make sure that you are thoroughly answering your questions, that you are fulfilling your word requirements, and then also that you are fulfilling all of the requirements that need to be there in your essay. Basically, making sure that you're properly citing your papers, that you are submitting them in the correct format, that you are including a heading for your paper. So making sure that you are following all of those requirements in a way so you're not losing any unnecessary points just because something wasn't submitted correctly or you left a requirement out of your paper. Again, if you have questions at all about any of your assignments for this week, please do reach out to me with those questions. Now, your week 1 assignments have been graded and returned to you with feedback. I think I've mentioned before that I try to put as much feedback as I can, whether it's just general feedback in the very beginning or if there's something specific on a certain section, then you'll have to go into the SQUIRM rubric and look at that specific feedback that I have provided for you. But I try to put as much feedback when I'm grading your assignments so you can see ways that you're doing well on those assignments, but maybe areas that you need to improve on. But again, if you have questions at all about your assignments, please do reach out to me. Also, if for some reason you did not receive an assignment back from week 1, please check your email. There's a good possibility that I had a question about something, needed to get some clarification. And so please, if you did not get one of your essay back or your reflection back, please do check your email in case I had a question I needed to get some clarification on. Your week 2 assignments, I'm going to be starting to grade those and getting those back to you as quick as I can throughout the week. And again, if I need to get additional communication to you this week, I will either post another video communication or use the course message center to be able to get a communication to you. With that, I hope you have a great rest of your evening and a great rest of your week, and look forward to connecting with all of you again soon.